So now that we have understood what makes a good LBO candidate, let's go to the real life situation and find out which companies at this point of time can be a good LBO candidate. For that, I have a small exercise wherein I have pulled data for all the companies in the USA and Europe. So let me show you that. Here it is. So these are some of the well-known companies in the US and Europe, and I have taken a list of 711 or around 700 companies. And as you know, the input which I have taken is the market cap. Market cap is nothing but the equity multiplied by the total number of shares outstanding. The enterprise value which we studied, equity by enterprise value, I will cover over here. What does this mean? EV by EBITDA, free cash flow, and EV by free cash flow. Now let's look at the importance of each of these terminologies. Market cap and enterprise value is very simple, as we studied previously. Equity by enterprise value. Equity by enterprise value is a percentage which I have calculated, which means if equity is greater than enterprise value, or if equity by enterprise value is greater than 100%, means that the equity is greater than the enterprise value, which means that the company has no debt. In fact, it has some cash, because as enterprise value is equal to equity plus debt minus cash. And as enterprise value is greater than equity value, hence the company would have some cash. So all the companies having equity by enterprise value greater than 100% will have some cash. EV by EBITDA, it's nothing but the valuation metrics. Free cash flow. Free cash flow is the total cash which a company generates in a given year. This is the sum of the cash flow generated from operations and from investments. Now, EV by free cash flow, or the total value of the company by the free cash flow, is the ratio which says how much is the company's worth by the free cash flow it generates. Which means today I buy a company which is worth 100, and I come to know that the company generates 33 of cash every year. Then if I divide 100 by 33, which comes to 3.3, even if the company does not grow, then in 3.3 years, I will be able to pay back all the cash using the company's internal accrual. Keeping that in mind, I would want to sort this list by EV by free cash flow, and then let us see what comes up. EV by free cash flow from smallest to largest. We are not bothered about the negative cash flow because we do not want companies which generate negative free cash flow. We want companies which generate positive cash flows and are very large. So if you can see over here, research in motion, or RIM, is the one which generates cash flow which is half its value in the market. So let us take all the companies which generate cash flow and EV by free cash flow is less than 4. So RIM has 2.1, Best Buy 2.5, Mediaset 2.8, and so forth. Dell 3.3. Now again, what I would see is, I understand that these companies generates substantial cash flow, but what I don't want is that this company should not have a huge debt. Because as a leverage buyout, I want to buy companies who do not have debts. Take the debt and pay back the debt. I would remove all the companies whose EV by enterprise value is less than 100. So now we are left with a list of 5 companies, and all of the 5 can be a good LBO target. So from this file list, let us take any one. Let's take the one with the biggest enterprise value, which is this, Dell. Let's do an LBO model on Dell because it is the largest company by enterprise value. So let us try and construct an LBO model of Dell. This is what I have shortlisted for our course. And yes, Dell it is. So we are going to do a leverage buyout on Dell.